Hey folks, it's time for another WizKids unboxing. This time I'm going to be going through some of the new, soon-to-come-out Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden minis. The folks at WizKids and team were nice enough to send me 4 boxes, that's half of a normal brick, to do a preview unboxing of things that we have here. Unfortunately, the original recording lost all sound, so similar to what I did with the Mythic Odysseys of Theros one, I will basically just be talking over the video of me opening up the minis. But that'll allow me to kind of skip through the opening of the plastic, and then I'll just be able to talk to it as we go through. So if you want to see what's going on with that, stay tuned. First of all, they'll be releasing on September 16th. They premiered at the D&D Live 2020 event, along with the White Dragon, the Charterland Dragon, and some of the minis. And then we have... there's 45 total figures in the set. Let's see. Frostmaiden, the newest set of randomly sorted monsters and characters in our exciting line of D&D minis. Standard boosters each contain 1 large figure, and some of these are huge. So large as far as like 1 big and 3 small, but up to huge size minis as far as what goes on a grid, and 3 small ones. Standard booster bricks contain 8 standard boxes with 32 figures total. Standard cases is 4 standard bricks, 32 boosters, 128 figures. A brick is MSRP $135.92. Booster box individually $16.99. And the premium figure for the set, we had gotten Palukranos for the Mythic Odysseys of Theros set. The premium figure is the Charterland Dragon, which is a construct. Evil suffusing the dragon's Charterland body imbues the dragon with malevolence, allowing it to enjoy the terror it stokes. Let's see. Over 200 millimeters long, the Charterland Dragon is an excellent addition to your miniatures collection. That MSRP is for $79.99. Again, you can get these on, you can get the boxes of minis on, and I think the Charterland as well, on Amazon as well as at friendly local game stores. And I'll put a link in the description where if you want to search local WizKids associated stores, you can do that. That being said, now let's look at the minis. So you can see on the outside of the box a bunch of the different creatures here. Yeti, Night Hag. Here's the Cold Crone, which is one of the forms of Oriole that we know of. And you can see on this side we have Tekalili. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's a vampire gnoll. A Chwinga with a snowball, a Goliath Barbarian, and a Tomb Trapper. So I'm going to open up the first box here. So what you can see kind of right out the gate is the first mini that I got is a killer whale. And I really like, we can see once again the clear bases on these. And I like this sort of, it's also interesting that they actually did the full whale because you can see down to where the tail is, and then they encased it in this clear kind of ice water that it's erupting out of. Its eyes look a little derpy, if I'm being honest with you. But for the most part, though, I'm a big fan of this. They even got like the blowhole detail on the top. So again, also good for a druid as well, if you're not just going to be playing in Icewind Dale. Let's fast forward. So the next one here, this is a kobold. This is a kobold mountaineer. And you can see it has the standard kind of red draconic design as the typical WizKids kobolds do. But he's got a pick and a big old backpack full of stuff for climbing mountains. Let's see what our next WizKids mini is here. Okay, this is, I think, a human ranger? Yeah, human hunter, rather. And you can see there's sort of like some antler. They kind of looks like they're coming out of her shoulder, if I'm being honest. But the overall design is nice. I like the idea of like the skins and the fur on the back. It just looks like someone who lives in Icewind Dale. And then we'll move on to the next one is a Flind. And I might have put this mini on the shelf. Oh no, I didn't. It's right here. Yeah, so this is a Flind Trapper. Now, I know Flinds typically I thought had 3-headed flails, but this isn't even the first Flind we've gotten from a WizKids set. But I like they kind of have like blood on the fur you can see throughout there, and the kind of magenta colored loincloth. I wasn't sure how I felt about that at first, but I think it works pretty well with the with the overall color scheme. And I mean, I love gnolls as enemies, so more Flynns and gnolls in my collection is never a bad thing for me. All right, and then we're going into the next. Oh, this is just. I also wanted to show that inside there is a piece of paper in these boxes that showcase some of the different WizKids minis that are coming out, and they also have a code in them to get 10% off your WizKids order. But then I realized I split this video into two, so let me jump to the second video. So here we go. We got a woolly mammoth was the large figure in this one, and I love this. This is a really nicely done. You can see all the different fur details on this mini. Again, another huge size mini. I have an elephant that came from the Waterdeep set. Now I have a mammoth. As a once to be paleontologist, prehistoric creatures have a good place in my heart. Plus Power Rangers, Mastodon. Not exactly a woolly mammoth, but either way, still a super cool mini. All right, now this one is also a human. This is a human trapper. What happened to the face on this guy or girl? I can't tell who it is, but but there's, you can see, yeah, compare the two. They're clearly the same sculpt, but one has a hood. But apparently when you put up your hood, it completely destroys your facial features. I also kind of like low-key that they're red and green. It gives me kind of like a snowy Christmas vibe. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if this is all the molds or I just got a funky one with like a weird disfigurement there. All right, so then here we have a knucklehead trout. And again, I did not realize knucklehead trouts, one, looked like this, or two, were so big, but you saw it compared to the human trapper there. But again, I like these kind of clear effect style things, like the water, a bit erupting up out of the water. So I like that. And then next up we have, this is Winter's Womb. So this is one of, I think, the three forms of Aureel. We know there's the Frostmaiden, I think, which is like an icy kind of feminine figure. There's the Cold Crone, which is the kind of owl-headed with the curly horns that we saw on the side of the box, as well as is on the front cover of the book. And then this is another version, the Winter Womb. And I don't know if I don't know the order in which she transitions through those, but it seems like she's got those three forms. They were big on explaining that during the preview stuff. This is my hands-down favorite mini, though, is a Frost Salamander. It's got this really nice, like, luster, kind of like luminescent paint on it, so it's very shiny. And I love Frost Salamanders just in general. I think the sculpt looks just like it does. I think it's in Mordenkainen's. It's fantastic. This is hands down, I think, my favorite mini from this entire set. It's just a real winner for me. I don't know. I can't talk enough about this thing because I love it so much. All right, here's our Chwinga with a snowball. So Chwingas, if you're unfamiliar, were a sort of an elemental creature that were first introduced, at least as far as I know, in 5th edition in Tomb of Annihilation. And they were sort of like black-skinned, had like big masks. And they were in, I think it's Oralunga, the one section of Tomb of Annihilation. There's a whole bunch of them. So apparently they're also present in the north, in Icewind Dale. And they're kind of like mischievous little creatures. This one's got a snowball. I imagine they're probably going to throw them at your characters. All right, next up we have, this is a Dwergar Stone Guard, right? So if you know anything about the lore of Icewind Dale, the dwarves had a large presence there, largely due to Brunner Battlehammer. So I guess it could only make sense that gray dwarves would be there as well. I super dig, I don't know if I just go back a little bit. I really dig the mohawk on this guy or gal. All right, and then we have a Reghead Barbarian, a Reghead Nomad with Spear. So that is just they don't have a skull face. That is a mask made from a skull, maybe from a wolf, or maybe almost looks kind of dinosaurish. But Reghead are a people of Icewind Dale. And you can see they've got like a bear cloak or a Yeti cloak with the claws on the end. I really like this. I hope there's more of this type of mini in there, other reghead people. And I don't remember, unfortunately, from the lore too much about them off the top of my head. I guess I probably could have researched that ahead of time, but anyway, reghead nomad. And then I think we're going into our last box right now. So I was kind of bummed because I got some pretty epic ones, right? The salamander, the mammoth, and the killer whale, and then we just got a reindeer. This is the only medium-sized one I got. The other three, or sorry, large size. The other three were huge size. I mean, it's cool to have a reindeer mini. You know, always good to have. I feel like general animal minis are something that's often overlooked because they have so much use. Again, this could be, again, very useful for a druid, especially in an Icewind Dale campaign. All right, and this one is absolutely adorable. This is a Yeti tyke. So we've seen the big Yetis we see on the side of the box, but I guess this is a baby Yeti? And they have these super cute, bright blue eyes. This thing is adorable. I would want to adopt this as a pet. Obviously, you know one of these is going to be somewhere in the book, which is just super cute. And we have 2 left, and that'll cover our entire Icewind Dale box. So we have a Night Hag. So I believe we've received Night Hags in a slightly different art form in minis from WizKids before in an earlier set, maybe in the Out of the Abyss set, I forget. But this is just another standard Night Hag. Always good to have Hag minis. And then we have our final piece, which is, as soon as I put this down, you'll see a Dwergar Mind Master, which looks like, I think Dwergar had some sort of psionic abilities, I believe. And this guy kind of, maybe he's the same. He's got his hand balled up into a fist, and he's got some sort of like mask over his face. So I don't know. So that is my whole unboxing of all of the Icewind Dale minis that I received from the WizKids team. Yeah, like I said, this guy, the winner. I mean, it's just so cool. One, it's nice and large, and you got the cool tail, and you can even see the luster in the paint, like how shiny it is. I love this thing. I would like, I'll be honest, WizKids, and not even WizKids, Wizards really. I would like an every elemental salamander. You gave us the frost salamander. I know we have fire salamanders that are like sentient elemental beings, but I know there was like old school art from an older 2nd edition of a frost salamander fighting a fire salamander. I want like a lightning salamander, which I guess is maybe just like a Bahir, but you know, and an acid salamander. Give me all of them because this looks so awesome. I'd love to see what the other versions look like. Yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are. Again, this was only a brick. This was a half brick, so 4 boxes for, you know, early preview stuff. They don't come out for less than half a month at this point. But I'm super excited. I may go out and pick up more of these in the future so I can just get that full experience of the full brick. And hopefully I'll be able to work with WizKids to show you the white dragon as well as the Chardalyn dragon. I've also been curious about this as well. I've been doing these all as recorded kind of unboxing videos, and that works well because I can really cut down now and limit the time. You know, how long the video is, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. Would you rather see this as a live stream, like me doing this live, unboxing it, chatting with you so you can see my reaction to the minis live? I mean, you can when I record it, but you know, we can go through and be surprised together. Or do you like it more in this format as an unboxing video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, a huge shout out to the team at WizKids for shooting these over to me. Thank you, WizKids. Thank you, V. Really do appreciate it. I still have a Mythic Odysseys of Theros giveaway going on to win the limited edition cover of that book, this one right here. That ends, I think, on the 15th, the day before Icewind Dale comes out. So, you know, and then I'll be doing a giveaway of that. So be sure to stay tuned to the channel. Again, links in the description. Thank you to my patrons over on Patreon for continuing to support me and the channel. And I will see you all next time.